Welcome back, everybody, to Summer Games Done Quick 2023. My name is Jay Hobbs, and I'm joined by our N++ co-op runners coming up in just a moment. We've got XandoToaster and killingpepsi. How are you both doing?
Great. Excited for the run tomorrow.
Yeah, we are pre-recording this one, and we wanted to make sure that we were able to talk to them before the nerves are setting in too hard. How are y'all feeling on that front?
I'm good. Pepsi and I have run this in other smaller marathons in the past. I feel like we know what we're doing. I trust us to do a good run.
Pepsi, you feeling that same level of confidence?
Yeah, it could change like 30 minutes before. Who knows? But overall, it's going to be fine.
Understandable. Yeah, you never know until it's like right in the moment. Well, let's talk a little bit about N++ because I think, a lot of people are like weirdly just barely familiar with the Endgame series and stuff because this started out as kind of a Flash game, right? And then N++ being a sequel later on.
Yeah, it was the first Endgame was a Flash game made by a couple of college students in like 2004, and they did not expect it to be anything until like a couple years later a friend of a friend of a friend came up to them and was like, I bet you guys would love this game, and it was the game they made. And they realized like, oh, people actually like this, and so they kept doing it. And then yeah, N++ is the latest sequel, final game in the series, came out gosh, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
I honestly almost would have guessed longer, like guessed older than that. That's really cool. How long have you all been running this together? Let's start with Pepsi on this one.
I did solo stuff like late 2016, I think, early 2017. But I think co-op started, must have been early 2018, I think, right, Toaster?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow, so honestly, pretty long. Like not everybody sticks with a game that long. What do you all like about it?
Oh man, the co-op part is like the best part of the game, honestly.
It is.
Yeah.
I barely play solo anymore because like the co-op levels are just a lot more fun to play through, especially if you have someone who also enjoys it. Like, design is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The community is really nice also. I think that's probably been the biggest reason that I've stuck with it so long is just the people that I know. You meet people, you like sticking around those people.
Always got to love a fun speedrunning community. It's always great to have a good group of friends to run a game with. Now, you kind of hinted there for a second that these levels are specifically designed for co-op, right? These are different levels than you would get in a solo campaign.
Yeah.
What are the challenges that these co-op levels bring? Or is it more about your communication? Is it still very execution heavy? What do we see out of co-op compared to solo?
Yeah, with co-op, it's more so focused on making sure that you both do something to complete the level. So, like in solo, you can just kind of get to the switch, open the door, go to the door, you're done with the level. But here, it's a lot more involved. Like we might be together in some sections, we might be completely segmented from each other. We might have to do like hold the door open, quote unquote, for each other in many points. Take a fall for the other one. That happens a lot. Just a lot more variability and a lot more fun.
Yeah. One thing that's really nice about it in general also is you mentioned, like, is there a lot of communication between us? Mm-hmm. And there used to be back when we started running it, and now we're kind of at the point where we know what the other person has to do. We trust the other person to do it. We don't really need to talk about what we're doing in the run much anymore.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's always great when you get that kind of rapport with a co-op partner. Now, sadly, we don't have a lot of time, so I got my final question for you here is, we're not seeing a kind of traditional any % category from you all here, right? Could you explain for the viewers what the category is that they're about to see?
Yeah, Co-op Legacy X-Row is in the game, in the series, like going back to the Flash game, the best way to segment levels is by row, like you have A through E, and then after you beat all those levels, you unlock the X-Row, which is the hardest level in each tab. So if, like, I guess a regular any % would be like multiple hours for most categories. So we kind of wanted to split it up into more manageable chunks, and it kind of works out because it's labeled and numbered for us already.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense for a game with such fast pace. Just go and get through each level. Thank you all so much. Like I said, I wish we had more time to chat, but please, good luck on your run tomorrow, or for the folks watching at home, coming up next. But yeah, thanks again, XandoToaster and killingpepsi, for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, keep enjoying Summer Games Done Quick 2023.
Thank you so much, J Hobbs. All right, let's get a couple more donations in while we are getting ready for that next run. I've got a $50 donation here from King Zudi. I remember playing the original N Flash game in computer class. So cool to see it on the big screen. Let's get those hard levels. I'm excited for this too. I haven't played this thing since I was in college, which was, let's not talk about how long ago that was, but I'm really excited to see what the updates are. I've also got a $50 donation here from JT Gamble. We chef, donation is in, chef. We need to see Mario wearing a chef's hat, chef. Thank you, chef, for that donation. And a quick check on that incentive. So we are a little over $35,000 out of the $100,000 that we need to unlock Super Mario Odyssey and get that added to the schedule. But if we raise an extra $15,000 on top of that, we are also going to see this run with Mario in a chef's costume. I want it. You want it. Chefs, make it happen. GamesDoneQuick.com/donate. When you are putting in your donation, scroll down to the bottom of the screen. There is a button to add your donation towards incentives. Make sure that you are selecting the Super Mario Odyssey bonus game so that you are helping us get that added into the schedule. And I'm getting word the runners are ready. XandoToaster, the show is yours. Show us how it's done.